This is called dramatic pause, I believe. Look at that. Alfalfa out, man. Alfalfa out. My eyes. Look. Yes, I'm a little pain. Probably a lot. Okay, let me show you what the end of the world looks like. My family won't listen to me. They won't believe me. And probably millions of other people. You may consider me a conspiracy theorist. I'm okay with that. But I'm not. Alright? I was one of those who refused to even watch YouTube. Because I thought it was all crap. I thought it was all made up. I thought it was pictures of people reposting pictures of things that they had fabulated on their computer. And quite frankly, I was not a fan of being tricked. All this UFO conspiracy and all that stuff. And then one day I just saw a video that I had seen myself with my own two eyes, these creatures flying. And saw that and then started doing a little... You know what? It's all about opening your mind. Point blank, you've been lied to. Your schools told you garbage about that. What do they call that? There's a name they gave that half ape, half human they found. Well, I mean, ape skull and a piece of a human femur, I believe it was. Hundreds of yards away from each other. Hundreds of feet. You were lied to. You were deceived. You know what? It's not your fault, okay? Just, you have to progress from here. You have to move on from here. You can no longer allow yourself to be lied to. You have to, it's up to you to change your mind and the way that this information is accessed by your mind. Okay, because there are many. Look, when someone won't even listen to what you're saying, when you're not allowed to have your own opinion, then it's just walk away. Alright, because I'm point blank, they call it born again Christian, whatever. I am point blank, that's who I am. There's no deceiving me anymore about who Christ is and what he did. He's absolutely positively real. He's alive and well. People fail to realize that. I'm not preaching to you. I'm not telling you that you have to believe this. I'm telling you that if you don't believe it, there may be consequences. And I'd like to tell people that if I'm wrong, so what? I wasted 5 minutes of your time, but if you're wrong, you're going to hell. And you're going into the fires, and the eternal flame and damnation will never stop. You're not going to enjoy yourself. It's not a party. It's not some place. The devil is not in control in the lake of fire. He's in there with you. How about death soup? How's that sound? Made of fire. Death soup made of fire. Because you're the ingredients in death soup. There are so many things that I cannot explain about the scriptures. Point blank. There's one that has always perplexed me. You may not enter the kingdom of heaven. You cannot enter the kingdom of heaven. You won't get into heaven unless you drink my blood and eat my flesh. I can't even begin to explain to you what that means because I have no idea. It may be something that is coming in the future. And it may not be, and it is not going to be, or it could be, but doubtfully it's going to be human blood. There is no remission of sin without the shedding of blood, point blank, period. Islamists, please you said that you believe in the Injil and the Talmud, or no? The the Old Testament and the New Testament. The Quran tells you to study it and to respect it and to believe it as valid books, as valid testimonies. So, if you read the Old Testament, you adhere to one portion of this law, which is do not eat pork, but you got no problem with anything else. And I know, and I'm not attacking you, but if that's the way you take it, that's tough. Kill me. I'm really ready to go. Point blank. If you believe one of it, you can't dismiss the rest of it. And I know lots and lots of Muslims that have no problem selling mass quantities of drugs to people that have nothing, to people who live while they're on drugs, while their children eat dirt. So you should open the truth. Because you know that you have questions about the Quran. You know that it doesn't add up. When you read the Old and New Testaments, however, it's seamless. It's a gigantic puzzle that you just ask the Holy Spirit to put it together and He'll help you. It's not something that you could get it overnight. I'm not saying it's possible. It's absolutely possible. But first you need to know, I guess. You need to know the truth. And then you're going to come to believe. The word dire occurs to me frequently, every day. We are in a dire situation. We've never had anything like this before. And the beginnings of the last war are forming on our doorstep. And it's happening right in front of our face. And we're doing nothing about it. The Christian church, I wonder how many trillions of dollars we have in the bank. Trillions! But people are starving in this country. There are people with no clothing. They dig through dumpsters for toys for their kids. Now, just doing the job searches that I've done recently, I can tell you that there are many jobs out there. I've gotten hundreds of offers for jobs. They're not very well paying jobs, but it's a job. And, well, I'm going to tell you, quite frankly, last night, oh my gosh, I'm so tired right now. My back hurts so bad. That's no joke. I can't even, it won't even pop or anything. It won't crack. But the jobs are there. Are we clear? Anyway, let's get back to the end of the world. Welcome to the Third World War, ladies and gentlemen. You ain't got to believe me. No. Darn, that's going to be... I got to get that down. Don't believe me. Don't listen to a word I'm saying. But...
Iran says 2 missiles hit an Iranian tanker overnight off the coast of Saudi Arabia in a new escalation of tensions in the region. Iran's state-run news agency says the...
Oh, stop it.
Iran says 2 missiles hit an Iranian tanker overnight off the coast of Saudi Arabia in a new escalation of tensions in the region. Iran's state-run news agency says the ship was sailing near the Saudi port of Jeddah. The tanker company says the crew is safe. The U.S. Navy says it's aware of the incident. The reported attack comes just weeks after drone and missile attacks on the world's largest oil processing facility in Saudi Arabia. In July, the U.S. accused Iran of attacking oil tankers near the Strait of Hormuz. Tehran denies any responsibility.
So, do you see that? Not the only problem is not that.
Have you seen what you can create using Stone Coat?
I'm beginning. I hate all technology. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. I can't stand it no more. I wish that we could go back. But the advancements in surveillance, the fact that every single one of us is carrying a phone and a speaker and a microphone in their pocket, tracking devices, they can picture you now and follow your movements everywhere. That in China is a big thing. They've the technology is, I think it was given away for free as surveillance. I'm not 100% sure about that because I can't stand to watch the video, knowing the fact that someone at all times can listen and hear and see everything that we see, and it's not right, but it's there. There's Ezekiel, right? The Gog and Magog war, the last war. Look that up. I can't pretend to understand all of it, but I understand enough to know that the scriptures clearly speaking about Iran, China, and Russia. I'm sorry about saying looking, quite frankly, I apologize to all of you because I'm a monster. I mean, saying I was a monster doesn't do anything because I'm a monster. But there goes that but again. However, changing means nothing. Do you realize that? That no matter how hard you try, no matter what you do, you're just not going. Some people are just never going to like you, including members of your family, and you just have to move on. So, I'm moving on. I've got to let go. 'Cause baby, I was born to rock and now I gotta roll. Anyway. So, let's see. You don't see much news about Iran. Look at that. It's a curlicue. I'm cutting that off. Wow. Anyhow, I want to know what the angel was told not to hurt the oil. And because these idiots are attacking, these are oil tankers, geniuses. What is wrong with you? You don't care one bit about nothing except your anger and your hatred for your other so-called brethren. You know, and I gotta say that I'm thank God, because if you guys got together, then we'd be done. But thank God, but you are attacking oil tankers. You're bombing oil tankers. Our allies, Saudi Arabia, bombed an oil tanker in their own port. Please knock it off. Please. Our president, knock that off. He ain't going to do nothing. You're talking all this squat because of all the problems that we're having over in the Middle East. That's what I believe that this is all about, really. Giving the news, giving the media something else to cover. In the middle of all this is Israel, pinned against the sea, which to Israel, they're used to it, and it is outrageous. It is a situation that is out of control, and if we don't get a hold of it soon, then time's up. Church, it's on you. This is all on you. It's up to us to pray this world into shape. Because, when Jesus said, speak to the mountain and it will move and throw itself into the sea, do you know that he may have been speaking about a literal mountain? Or he could talk about that sin that's in your life. Because in my life, it's disgusting. I wanted to stop all of it. You can't be perfect, but you have to be as close to perfect as you can be. So, if I've said something to offend you, look, quite frankly, take me out. I'm not even exaggeration. I don't want no pity, but I'm just tired of living. I'm tired of it. I don't see anything here for me. There's no future. Zero. Period. None. Right now, I don't see nothing. I just see more problems, more stress, and more pain. My back hurts so bad right now. You got no clue. But no future. Do you know how that feels? It sucks. It really sucks. Don't know if they're going to let this go through, but whatever. They took down one of my videos about someone who molested someone else. And, whatever.